Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that affects, well, most of us. We're going to talk about the world of vitamins and supplements and try to unravel a really fascinating question at the heart of it all.
So let's just get right to it. Think about that bottle of vitamin D on your kitchen counter, or the multivitamin you pop every single morning. Do you actually know if it's doing anything for you? I mean, really?
You know, the first thing you have to realize is just how huge this is. It's not a niche thing. A staggering 70% of adults around the world are regularly taking some kind of supplement. It is a massive global habit. Okay, but here's where it gets weird. This is the paradox. Let's take the UK, for example. While half the population takes supplements, only 22%, less than a quarter, actually believe they do anything. We are spending money on and taking pills that we're not even sure are working. So what on earth is going on? And that question, that why, it brings us right to our first section. We're looking at a billion-dollar habit and trying to figure out why we take pills we're so unsure about.
For a whole lot of people, it seems it's not really about the hard science. It's more of a feeling. We're all kind of running on this better safe than sorry mentality. You know, it feels like we're doing something proactive for our health, even if there's no solid proof.
And look, this isn't just a hunch. A major consumer study in the UK put it perfectly. People admitted they take supplements basically as a force of habit, and flat out acknowledged that they do not know if they are actually making any difference. It's just part of the daily routine for millions.
But what if the issue isn't just about our habits or beliefs? What if there's a hidden biological reason your supplements might be failing? What if your own body has a secret veto? Okay, so the key idea here is a word you might have heard before: malabsorption. All it means is that your body can't properly grab the nutrients from what you're eating or swallowing. So you could be taking the world's most expensive, fanciest vitamin, but if your body can't absorb it, it's literally just passing right through you. It's useless. Just think of it like a 4-step journey, right? First, you swallow the pill, that's ingestion. Then your body breaks it down, digestion. But then you hit step 3, absorption. And for so many people, this is the roadblock. This is where the whole process just stops. And we're not talking about a rare thing here. This affects millions. You've got the nearly 1% of people worldwide with celiac disease, an incredible 85% of patients with severe pancreatitis who struggle to absorb certain vitamins, and it's also just a part of getting older. After age 80, calcium malabsorption becomes pretty much universal.
And if you want to understand the true scale of this, just look at one single nutrient: iron. The number of people around the world with iron deficiency, a condition where malabsorption is a huge factor, 1.62 billion. That's how many people could be taking supplements that their bodies just can't use. So if we're all just going on habit and our own bodies might be rejecting the nutrients anyway, how do we stop guessing? Well, the good news is there is a clear scientific way to get a real answer. And it turns out that answer is in your blood.
The solution is actually pretty straightforward. For all the major nutrients, we're talking vitamin D, B12, iron, folate, there are specific gold standard lab tests that can tell you exactly what your levels are. And here's the crucial part. They don't care what you swallowed. They measure what your body actually absorbed. So let's just compare the two ways of knowing, right? On one side, you have just guessing, monitoring yourself, seeing how you feel. It's totally subjective, it's unreliable, and it completely ignores the whole malabsorption problem. Then on the other side, you have clinical testing. It's objective, it's precise, it can be over 96% accurate, and it measures what actually gets into your system. I mean, it's not even a fair fight. Okay, so we have a problem, the doubt and the malabsorption. And we have a scientific solution, the blood tests. So why is there still such a disconnect? The answer to that leads us to the final and honestly most shocking part of this whole story. Our entire system is flying blind. This really is the question that cracks the whole thing open. If these accurate, definitive tests exist, why isn't every single one of those 70% of adults who take supplements getting tested to see if they're actually working? Why are we all still guessing? And here is the single most stunning discovery in all the research. When scientists went looking for the data, for the numbers, and how many supplement users actually get these tests, they found nothing. Zilch. Zero. 100% complete information vacuum.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. Nobody knows. Not the health agencies, not the doctor's offices, nobody. We have no system at all for tracking whether the hundreds of millions of people taking supplements are using the one tool that can prove if they're working.
So why is there this massive blind spot? Well, it's a mix of things, really. There are no standardized rules for doctors to follow on this. Patients and doctors are notoriously bad at talking to each other about supplement use. It's not tracked in our health records, and there is a huge regulatory gap between what a company can say on a bottle and what's actually been proven.
And that leaves us with this one final, really powerful idea. We live in the age of big data. We track everything. And yet this massive multi-billion-dollar global industry that almost 3/4 of us are a part of is running almost completely inside an information black hole. It's fueled by our habits, our hopes, and a complete and total lack of data on whether any of it is actually working.